thought I'd better give you a little bit of a rundown of the zip wakes, because a few people have just messaged me and they want to understand exactly how we set them up and how I do it. Now, they are a fantastic product, and I can tell you right now up the front that I will never be able to have another boat without zip wakes. It's just absolutely a must. Very important but is that if you're going to be using the automatic setup, and I'll show you what I mean by that. In fact, this is the setup that we currently have. So it's important that you need to look at the auto pitch. So this is auto roll and auto pitch. This has got this system has got a kind of a GPS and a very smart kind of configuration that also sees your roll and your pitch automatically. If you don't want to use the automatic pitch and roll, you can always take them off the auto, and you can actually adjust them manually. Now, I would probably say to people, because this is an extremely smart unit, I would say to you, if you do set it up correctly, the auto is absolutely a fantastic setup. Now, how we did it. Now, it's very important that you get your vessel to sit level in the water. Now, however, you can see that mine sitting in the water, it's got a little bit of a, bit of a wave at the moment. Now, in normal circumstances, this will be around about the zero. Now, why it's not zero is because some vessels have got a weight distribution to a different spot. So I have actually adjusted this particular vessel on the trailer to be on the zero deadline as I want it, instead of the water, because on the water it's moving, and it has a weight distribution as a hardtop, it could be a little bit out. So I'll show you what I mean by that and what the zip wakes do and how to help you with driving the vessel without doing absolutely almost anything. So the first thing you need to do, if you want to do it on the trailer, I would get a mobile phone. And I will download an application, a leveler application. Now, so this is our leveler for us. Okay, so it does X and Y automatically, as you can see. So you put that on the floor, and you can do this pretty much. You need to get zero everywhere, and then when you get that zero, you can actually go into the system and automatically reset it to zero as well with pretty much one button. I'm not going to go how to set it up and all that kind of stuff. It's on the manual. People who've got it, they'll understand what I'm talking about. This is not a lesson of how to use zip wakes, but what they do or generically for us. So what you have to watch but is that some phones have got cameras at the back, and the cameras stick out. So you got to make sure you count for the cameras. So you make sure that it's definitely dead level. Your phone sits dead level on the floor. So that's what we did on ours, and we have found that we were 1.5 degrees to 2 degrees out on the auto pitch, on the pitch. So we count for that, and when we do drive, the unit will understand where we want to be at the optimum level. The beauty of the zip wakes, and I will demonstrate it, is that it will keep your vessel pretty much level all the time at the best possible way, and that will save you from fuel. It will save you from getting up on the plane very quickly. In fact, we don't see our vessel actually getting any funny angles even at 2,000 revs, 2,500 revs, and I will demonstrate that for you very soon. So I hope the video can catch that for you guys to understand what it does. Apart from the auto pitch, it does auto roll, and that's very, very important as well. So it's got a gyro in there built in on the zip wake, and it's important that you fit it correctly. So the other thing that I can tell you is fitting it, I would probably not fit it 90 degrees flat. I will actually have a little bit of an angle like what we have here. Our dash has got a little bit of an angle, so I will never actually fit it 90 degrees on it. I don't think it will be very accurate. But if it has a little bit of an angle, your dash, and most boats have got a little bit of an angle on the dash, should be okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the zip wakes on, and then I'm going to switch it off and see what happens to the vessel, so you can understand, especially when it comes to the plane. So zip wakes are on. Let's take that one off. I'm not sure if you can actually see, but I'll leave it out like this so you can actually see the nose. So I'll call out the revs. Okay, well, let's spin it a little bit so we can go to where we want to be at. All right. This is at 2.5 revs, 2,500 revs, and the vessel is, as you can see, pretty much at 3 degrees nose up, and that's pretty much where you want to be at most of the times. I'm not sure if you can actually see the counter there, but you wanted pretty much the vessel to stay roughly where it is now. So at 2,500 revs, the vessel does not point up at all. If I need to accelerate, it will keep the vessel at 3 degrees nose up, which is pretty much on the plane. So let's have a look. So I'm at 3.2 at the moment. It has actually gone on the plane, but it has kept the vessel at 3 degrees. So nothing difficult for the zip wakes. It drives by itself pretty much. Let's switch them off. So the unit is off at the moment. We'll do the same thing. So this is a 2.5 again. Look where the nose is, looking up in the sky. I reckon by the zip wakes, by bringing me up straight away to level, I'm gaining fuel. And I'll have a look at the fuel level at the moment. Look where the nose is. I'm burning at 1.1 liters per 1 kilometer just by sitting like this. So just to demonstrate, at 2,500 revs, I'm going to turn on the zip wakes and I'm going to put them on auto. 2.6, let me just adjust that. We've lost a little bit of revs because there is a slightly drag, of course. The zip wakes are at 100% almost, and that is at 2.7. So 2.7, 2.6, the same as the previous test. Have a look at where the nose is, and the fuel at that level, it is at 1.33, which is much better. People think, oh, you have a drag and all these kind of things, you will burn more. Well, it's not. So that's what the system does. And look at the actual auto pitch is at between 3 to 4 degrees nose up, and it will stay like this no matter what it is. This is at 2,500 revs. I mean, normally you don't drive at 2,500 revs, but this is where the accuracy is. I mean, if I really push it, it will have no problems, right? So it will keep the vessel at that level. That's it. So I hope I can capture this for some people, because that's very important. It is difficult to capture that, but I will have a look and see if that's good enough for people to understand what zip wakes do. So they are definitely a must. In my view, you don't have to touch nothing, absolutely nothing. The only thing, and as you can probably also see, that we haven't even touched the engine trim as well. So trim was set to, well, this particular vessel is set to run about +9, so very little from all the way to 0. So slightly out, haven't touched the engine trim. Everything is done by the zip wakes, 100%. So you pretty much, the only thing you got to do is tell the bot how fast you want to go. Nothing else. Everything else is controlled by it, and that's why I love them. So that's pretty much how I set them up. If you do want more information, a little bit more information about the background of that particular unit, how we set them up, and any other questions, you can please, leave a message, or we'll let you know. But yeah, we can't do without them. So thanks for tuning in and watching that episode, and we'll see you again a little bit later on.